All right, good morning. So we are headed, so no, we are going to be going to the Mothers of Gynecology Museum in the Gump. If you know where the Gump is, then you know where I'm going. It's about an hour and a half drive, hopefully no. So we are here at the Anarcha Betsey and Lucy Memorial. I thought I saved my extra edits, but I didn't. But I can't record, any. Will like film any of the parts of the memorial that I see, but I've been taking pictures. But I was told that it was 11 women that Dr. J. Marion Sims experimented on. It was actually 22. I was shocked to hear that. Anarcha was 19. Betsey, she was pregnant. She was, I believe, 15, and then Lucy was 14. Or is it, 14 and 15, but 19, 14 and 15. So young. And then, like, the youngest was 9 years old. So these were girls that he experimented on. We're going to go to the hospital soon. But I met Michelle Browder's brother, Stephen. And so that was amazing. But yeah. So I will continue to film, just me educating you, but that our information, and my doula and my organization, they give us like little reflection books to like just take our time and like reflect on what we've seen, you know. I've been studying this and like I already know about this, so it's not surprising. It's just reinforcing the disappointment and the betrayal and the heartbreak, and how we continue to repeat this history, going back in time, with Adriana Smith, and, this idea of, birth not really being natural, but now we're going to use tools and forceps and speculums to take control of a woman's body, of a human body, and to make birth more so about, a mechanical process than a natural process. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Christiana. My video didn't save, so it lost everything. So, like, I'm having to, like, record everything again. Yes. Because I did not press save edits. That's why. So I had to, like, redo everything from, like, up here. So, we're just trying to. But, like, this is my doula friend, Christiana. She's also my sister. Yes. But, yeah, we're just talking about our reflections, about this monument here. Because it's beautiful. It's spiritual and it's soulful. And, I'm going to show you this right here. That's beautiful. But anyway, the betrayal, still to this day. Apparently, the movie Sinners has some symbolism, that ties into, what we're seeing here. So I haven't seen it yet, but that's, what my friend told me. So I'm going to have to go see it even more now. But, one of the posters, said that, black, talking about black women, like how we were labeled from, wet nurses to mammies to wenches or witches and Jezebels. And it's like, wait, we were the original, trailblazers. And like till this day, like we still don't get our credit. And so, I've been teaching about this to my students for like a couple of years now. So like I'm very much aware. This is, in honor and in memory, really in honor and memory of Anarcha, Betsey, and Lucy and the 19 unnamed girls who, were experimented on without consent from Sims and their babies as well, because he was not only this, quote, father of gynecology, but a butcher of, babies unborn, neonatal tetanus. But yeah, but we're about to head out and go to probably the hospital But I'm just glad to be here because it's amazing. I got my little lay. It's beautiful. All right, we are about to head into the maternity waiting room. No pictures. We can only do. I mean, nobody's going to only do pictures. Okay, so this is the Peppermint Ludlow house. This was the house of the first dentistry in Montgomery. So this is now like a maternity wellness center. It's legit for like women to come in, who are expecting, pregnant, just, maternal, like maternity, what's the word I want to use? A tranquil space, a maternity safe house. There we go, a maternity safe house. And so, took pictures. It's beautiful inside, paintings, like it's a safe center, like it's I can't think of the word, to like a place where you can like, just like be calm and safe and taken care of, like a place of like refuge, solace. But we're gonna go to the hospital. But behind this house, there used to be like a tent where Sims would do his experiments. But we're finna go to the hospital and see history, what history was, what history still is, basically. We learned that, like this entire block and moving forward, he was a very wealthy man doing, illegal, inhumane experiments. He was a broker. Just think about, all these different ways of getting money and owning land and owning, roads and streetways. So this used to be, his property, basically, because he owned so much of Montgomery. Okay, last thing for now. I also want to mention that, Marion Sims worked with Josiah Knott. He was a eugenicist at the University of Alabama. Now, Knott was not a professor or teacher there, He experimented on enslaved black women in the basement of Honors Hall on UA campus. That's currently being renamed. I don't know for what. But that is the history. Josiah Knott was, I believe, the founder of the Alabama Medical Association or Medical College. So he and Sims were, medical buddies, believing that, Adam and Eve had to be white, they had to be white. There's information I have here, actually. Let me get that real quick while you're waiting on me to explain. Okay. For me to explain, so give me 1 second here because I'm over here struggling. Okay, struggling some more. Okay. This is from Understanding Race.org/history, but he believed races to be of equal antiquity because of creation in different locations. And Adam and Eve biblically had to be white because people who blush or turn red could not be dark skinned. I turn red when I rub my nose, but they had to be white because people who blush had to be light skinned. We're gonna head to the hospital. So we just left the Mothers of Gynecology Clinical Museum where Dr. Sims, Father of Gynecology, this is the hospital. This is the hospital. I can't take videos inside, but like there's like an actual like linen like curtain tent where he would like do his experiments, like of course us, like Anarcha, Betsey, and Lisa, like Black African women were not allowed to go, to be, cared for in the hospital. So they had to go to the back, the outside, the hospital. This was amazing though, but we are about to go. Thank you for tuning in. See you later. This is wild. Seeing it actually in person.